Another round of vaccine appointments opened up today for the Spokane Arena, and within minutes they were all booked. But the arena is not the only place trying to get the vaccine in arms. The new Endeavor One Outreach Center is taking on.
What do you say to these victims who say FEMA is letting them down after Washington's worst wildfire season in history?
Request for individual assistance denied. Tonight we press FEMA for answers about why they decided not to approve the request for people looking to rebuild in Malden and Pine City 5 months after a devastating wildfire swept through the communities.
Tracking what's left of the snow for tonight as temperatures will finally get back above the freezing mark for the first time in more than a week.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Hello everyone, I'm Regina On. There was a lot of coronavirus headlines today, so here are 3 things you should know.
First, the Department of Health will soon take the lead in operating the mass vaccination clinic at the Spokane Arena. The DOH expects to take over by March 1st. Having DOH take over operations means other local providers will be included in the work to vaccinate the community. A spokesperson with Chaz told us this transition has always been part of the plan. Chaz had been laying down the groundwork for a mass vaccination site before the governor announced plans for the site at the arena. Chaz also told us they are working to make the handoff to DOH as seamless as possible.
Governor Jay Inslee announced 50 more schools will offer COVID-19 testing. Overall, there are 22 districts in eastern Washington starting testing, including 9 in Spokane County. Spokane Public Schools is already offering COVID-19 testing. Now there are more school districts that will be offering coronavirus testing in that list right there, including Cheney, Deer Park, Meade, and Medical Lake, among others.
In 40 minutes, all 4,000 available appointments for the coronavirus vaccine this week at the Spokane Arena were booked up. Both online and phone scheduling lines were full less than 20 minutes after appointments opened. The arena was offering first and second doses for appointments. So far, more than 40,000 people have received their first vaccination there.
New tonight, Providence is postponing all second-dose coronavirus vaccine appointments scheduled for tomorrow. The hospital says it's due to the, quote, weather-related vaccine shipment delays.
So all appointments originally scheduled for tomorrow will be rescheduled for February 22nd at the same time as the original appointments. For those that have appointments on Thursday, the hospital says to keep an eye out on your email for updates tomorrow afternoon. The hospital also noting there are no serious health implications in delaying the vaccine by 5 days.
MultiCare also postponing the coronavirus vaccine appointment scheduled for tomorrow due to shipment delays as well. The company says they will reach out directly to those appointments with scheduling. Well, the Spokane Arena isn't the only place offering the coronavirus vaccine. Pop-up clinics are increasing all across the state as Washington receives more doses of the coronavirus vaccine.
Some have found their way into Spokane neighborhoods, providing easier access for eligible seniors. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones explains how one community distributed more than 100 vaccines today.
Today's vaccine clinic at the MLK Center exceeded expectations. They're already known for their valuable resources to the community, but this latest effort only further proves their commitment to a healthy environment.
Whatever works for you, I'm good.
Early on in the pandemic, COVID-19 halted the center's operations, much like it did for the rest of the country. Normal services they offered for local seniors were no longer available.
We plan to just do 80, keep it small, kind of intimate, but we ended up today vaccinating 176 people.
With the vaccine becoming more accessible, making sure it gets evenly distributed has to be a priority. The East Central neighborhood houses a portion of Spokane's diversity. Many of the people who live there haven't been able to sign up for the vaccination, but clinics like the one at the center made this process a lot simpler.
They know us, they trust us, so it was perfect to just be here. It was in walking distance for a lot of our seniors who live in the neighborhood who participate in our senior program.
The center's goal was to relieve anxiety that came with scheduling an appointment. Individuals who received their first dose now have a confirmed location for their next appointment. March 9th is the next time that the center will be transformed into a vaccine clinic.
We're helping this community one person at a time. In this case, one vaccine at a time.
Having a convenient location for vaccines proved vital with this clinic. Center officials say they'll keep working with the Regional Health District and WSU's School of Nursing to potentially create future clinics.
I hope that we are able to continue to break down barriers and make sure that people in our community have access.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
All All right, with the snow still coming down in parts of eastern Washington, we do want to let you know about a few school updates. Clarkston School District has canceled in-person learning, and both Dayton and Pomeroy school districts will have remote learning tomorrow.
Well, crews still working around the clock to make sure all city and residential streets get plowed. You can keep track of the city's plow progress online. Right now, a large number of the streets are purple. That means crews are working on and monitoring those areas. The green lines on the map mean that snow has been removed and the status is complete. The blue lines mean working and the red lines mean next. So to track the status of the city and residential streets, just visit our website, KREM.com, for a link.
So even with the snow tapering off in Spokane, we are still seeing crashes all around the area. And tonight, Washington State Patrol responded to a head-on car versus semi-truck crash. Thankfully, only minor injuries were reported, but those icy conditions are still out there. Yesterday, State Patrol said they responded to 60 crashes from midnight to 6:30. So if you have to drive anywhere tonight, take it slow and leave enough room between you and everyone else. Some good advice there.
Yeah, always good advice, right? Let's bring in meteorologist Thomas Patrick tonight. Thomas, I'm hearing that things are going to be warming up, potentially even 40s by the end of the week.
Oh, we should easily be 40s by the time we get
now
to
you're
the
talking.
Weekend. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because a lot of the roads are still snow covered and still a bit icy out there for tonight. We have still yet to break an 8-day stretch below the freezing mark, and of course we're just in the 20s for tonight. Now in Spokane, the snow looks like it has come to an end. Wouldn't be surprised if it's still did a little bit of spitting of snow through about 3 o'clock in the morning. Still snowing in Coeur d'Alene and mainly near the Highway 95 corridor through Moscow, Idaho as well. But this is pretty light stuff, not really adding to accumulations, but just enough to keep roads a bit snowy and icy out there. I think moderate impacts down on the Palouse and towards Lewiston, pretty minor implications between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but again, it's not perfect out there. So even though it's done snowing, we still have some icy roads. That's the key message there. Notice the road, especially right in front of Riverfront Park, looking like it's mostly clean, but if it's a little bit wet out there for tonight, well, that wetness is just going to freeze over into a little bit of ice. But temperatures will be stable in the mid to low 20s for tonight, tomorrow morning. But tomorrow, I think we break that stretch, well, that above the freezing mark for the first time in more than a week. And that is just the beginning. I'll show you how much warmer we'll get by the time we hit the weekend, but not before we have yet another chance of snow on our way.
Just a tad nervous to drive all the way to Liberty Lake, but it's okay.
Take it slow, you'll be good.
Take it slow. We want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been sending us your awesome snow pictures. We have been seeing so many awesome ones lately. Oh, look at the pug. You can send us your photos using the Near Me section on the KREM 2 mobile app. And
for the latest on weather conditions around the inland Northwest, just text us the word snow to 509-448-2000. And we'll send you the latest. Great pictures, by the way, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, Spokane County has seen a downward trend in most COVID-19 metrics in recent weeks, including hospitalizations and daily new cases. Coming up, the latest numbers, plus why the interim health officer is attributing the numbers to. And later.
Malden been kind of slapped in the face with this, and that's the way I feel.
In a KREM 2 investigation, our Amanda Rowley looking into why FEMA denied individual assistance to Whitman County even after 121 homes were destroyed in the fire. We'll see her full investigation later in our broadcast.